Welcome to So-and-So, brought to you by BERNINA, made to create. We're in the vibrant heart of Detroit, where the energy is dynamic and industrious. As we gather for BERNINA University, the annual dealer conference, we're immersed in an atmosphere of innovation and hard work that perfectly mirrors the spirit of BERNINA employees and their dedicated dealers. Detroit, with its rich history of industry and music, embodies a resilience and creativity that inspires us all. Just as the city has reinvented itself through sheer determination and ingenuity, BERNINA continues to evolve, driven by passion and tenacity. From the engineers who craft the cutting-edge machines to the dealers who bring them to your sewing rooms, every member of the BERNINA family exemplifies the hardworking spirit that defines both Detroit and the BERNINA brand. Join us as we explore new innovations, share stories, and connect with the incredible individuals who make BERNINA the leader in sewing excellence.
Please welcome BERNINA of America President and CEO, Paul Ashworth.
Good morning. Welcome to BU 54. Thank you all for being here. I'm pretty sure, though, you're not all here to see me. And the smartest thing I could probably do is get off the stage as quickly as possible so we can get to that big reveal, all right?
Please welcome Vice President, Education and Training, Christy Burcham.
There are a lot of you here. Wow. We really do have record attendance this year, and I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for making the effort. I know it is no small thing for you to come and be here today, to leave your stores, and I really want to thank you. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here today.
Then it was BERNINA owner and chairman Hans-Peter Ueltschi's turn to welcome all to BU 2024.
Well, it's good to be back after 2 years. Last year I was not invited for some reason. It's great to see you all, and our partnership has grown quite a lot of new dealers. So we're all excited about this moment and this 990. But it was a marathon, believe me, you know, and we used a lot of nerves, and I used a lot of deep pocket. But finally we climbed Mount BERNINA.
Kai Hillebrandt, CEO of BERNINA International, was also in the house generating excitement. It's a big day for BERNINA. Why is that?
Yeah, because we are celebrating now a product introduction which we haven't seen for 15 years. And it's like half a lifetime of a working life. And that's why it's so important for so many people here that we can introduce the product we're going to announce.
So how did those attending BERNINA University feel about the excitement?
Barry Troxel, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Barry, what do you think of the new 990?
Very nice, very nice. Look forward to using it in person. Very innovative. Love the quality. Love the aesthetics of the machine. Looks like they definitely took it to a new level in our industry.
And you are?
Lynn Troxel.
And what do you think of the 990?
Amazing. As a quilter, there's so many possibilities now with the 16-inch. Do be able to do the 12-inch squares, the integrated BSR. Can't wait to have mine.
Great. Thank you both.
Pamela Hayes from Wilmington, Delaware, Hayes Sewing Machine Company, and it was awesome. It really was. I just couldn't believe all of the details for being able to get into really specific areas when you're doing embroidery, and the fact that you can make small stitches bigger. That's like so exciting.
You're awesome. You answered all my questions. Thank you. And you are?
I am Loretta Hayes from Hayes Sewing Machine Company. Pam is my sister, from Wilmington, Delaware. And my favorite thing on the screen was the usability of it. The fact that the icons are labeled, the fact that you can QR code it onto a tablet, so that you can be watching the tutorial while you sew it. I think a lot of times machines are, certainly big machines, are intimidating to people, and I think that really that takes the intimidation factor out of it.
Two of our favorite people to talk to on So-and-So, Pam Mahshie and Julian Collins, were on hand in the opening ceremony to comment on the magnetic atmosphere.
It is so exciting just to see everyone's excitement, and the brand new B990 machine just gets everyone so energized and excited to show something new that they haven't had for over 15 years. So it's real exciting.
Just to experience all this creative energy in one space, in one room, all together is just, it's magnetic.
This year's star of the show was the brand new B990, Bernina's flagship sewing and embroidery machine. 15 years in the making, this long-anticipated marvel took center stage throughout the event as more than 1,200 Bernina dealers came to meet and learn about this machine. At So-and-So, we were curious about the inspiration and process that brought this machine to market. So we had the opportunity to spend some time with several senior members of the Bernina team who were integral in its inception. Let's go behind the scenes for some exclusive conversations. First, let's meet Andi Goddard and Johannes Schuster.
Yes, I am Andrea Goddard. I go by Andi at BERNINA, and I worked in the product development focused on the product management side for the B990. And I really worked a lot on implementing the user features for our sewing consumers and trying to making them easy to use and understandable. So I really worked a lot with that.
Can you take us behind the scenes a little bit and talk about what the process was like to make this all happen?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I, as a consumer and working in a dealer, even in the education department, would have never understood the amount of work that goes into making such a project. We have so many different departments and people working on things from just the mechanical pieces, all of the amount, if you think of all of the individual parts that make up this machine, all have to be managed and tested and measured. And so you have all of that kind of hardware mechanical aspect. And something that I worked a lot in was the development of the software. So the software being everything that sits behind that display and how it works and how it looks. And you never think about how much you have to consider, if I select this button, what should it do? What should it not do? What happens if I come from this button to this button? So things like that, you would never think about how much work and effort it takes, which is also why such projects take a long time to do. So
you could have made this machine do anything. How did you decide what features to put into it?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, for me and for BERNINA, we really like to focus on providing our consumers with practical features. So we want to give them things that at the end of the day make them be able to sew easier, but they also are more proud of their projects because they come out how they envision. So we really focus on the features that are beneficial for the consumer and in their day-to-day sewing. So I think that's the biggest thing we like to focus on.
Yeah, so my name is Johannes Schuster, and I'm located in Stegborn, the headquarters of BERNINA International, and I'm responsible for the product management department, and so everything that has to do with specifying new products and deriving market requirements for new products. And then the other part of my role is to lead the program execution for the development of the new products, such as the 990. Yeah, so I'm with BERNINA for 9 years, and I really enjoy my job.
You can tell, and it's good to be sitting down with you again. Thank you for joining us. We met you 2 years ago at BU, and now we've got this exciting new machine to talk about. What was the inspiration for building this machine?
Well, the top-of-the-line segment for BERNINA is a very important segment, obviously, because we're a premium brand. So the top-of-the-line product is like our, flagship product. It's required. Our customers are expecting us to have a flagship product, and we had a large break from our last flagship product, which came out in 2009. So it's just about time to have a new product coming out. So the main inspiration, of course, was that we have a huge gap to close. In the meantime, the world has turned around several times, and expectations of our customers have increased. So we wanted to create a unique BERNINA product that becomes the new flagship for our customers, but also flagship for the industry.
This machine's been in the works for many, many years, at least a decade. And you look at competitive benchmarks, you almost specify the ingredients of the machine. Did that evolve over time while this was being created?
Yeah, sure. So you always start with a rough picture of what your new product will be, and over time you fill it with a lot of more details, obviously. But the main specifications like the size, the position, the location of the screen, the general concept of the product typically is present in the early days. And then the more detailed the specifications get, the more insights you put in towards the end of the program.
Is there, can you take us behind the scenes a little bit and tell us basically what the process was from the first day somebody said we need to make this amazing new machine?
Yeah, so it's funny because for me a circle closes with this launch, because I joined BERNINA 9 years ago, and my first job actually at BERNINA, like 1 month after I joined the company, was to organize workshops in Houston besides the Quilt Show, where we met some of our most important top-of-the-line dealers for workshops and BOA staff that was present anyway for the Quilt Show, and then selected customers that were hand-picked by our dealers to discuss about the new top-of-the-line machine. And so many of the first insights that flew into the concept of this machine were actually settled there, And then from there, you start with the business case, you start with the competitive benchmarking in detail, then you start identifying the innovations that you may have in your factory or company that could be flowing into the machine, that you need to, of course, validate their customer value first. So you can't just pick something because it's a nice technology. You need to make sure you understand it's going to really help the customer. It's going to add value to the product. So, and then basically after typically 1 or 2 years, I can't tell you anymore, but I think it's about 1.5 years until we had really the detailed specification of the product written down, basically. And so that's when the program started, where you pick the most, let's say, time-consuming or risky or technically challenging parts to start working on those first. And then over time, you start detailing the product more and more into the software specifications, each and every single use case. That's something that basically happens throughout the program until like maybe 2 years before launch, when industrialization is the main challenge in the program. So the real development actually is done typically 2 years before we launch, or 1.5 years before we launch such a new product like the 990. And then the main dragging part of the program in the end is really getting everything ready for production, getting the quality fixed, setting up the lines, getting the product qualified in all its details in the sewing lab, in the test lab, getting it certified for all the countries where you want to sell it. So that's a huge workload in the end. That's just work that needs to be done.
So this week at BERNINA University, when on Tuesday in the opening ceremony, it was finally revealed to the dealers and it wasn't a secret anymore. What was that moment like for you when finally everybody could see what the machine was?
Oh, it's so exciting, and it's rewarding, of course, and we were, of course, a little bit also nervous because you spend so many years with this product. You have your internal perspective on it. You think it's a good product. You know of a couple of its details that they are certainly well received, but the overall impression, the overall first, let's say, emotion that the product creates, that's something you cannot anticipate because you're too close to it. So that's why it's been excellent seeing this reaction for a team in Stackborn who attended the live session through online, basically. And seeing the dealer reaction was really super exciting and rewarding for a lot of hard work for the team. I'm really happy for the team that the team could witness this reaction.
Head of training for BERNINA International, Sarah Caldwell, talked about who would use this machine and how that was taken into account throughout its creation.
So I think the machine is really the ultimate in sewing, embroidery, and quilting. It's really it's something for everybody in the 990, and it really, because it's so easy to use, no one needs to be afraid anymore. So it's really can be for anybody, whether they're a beginner sewer or an advanced user.
While the team in Steckborn, Switzerland was hard at work building the mechanics of this amazing machine, the team at BERNINA of America were also focused on its end user and special features. No one knows this better than Christy Burcham, VP of Education and Training for BERNINA of America, who led input from the American point of view, as well as developed training support. One of the things BERNINA's so well known for is training and education. Mm-hmm. And Christy, that's your wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. You run that here. Talk about what's available to the user of the new B990.
So much. There's so many tools to learn this new machine. And really, I'm so excited because everything really has been prepared ahead of time. Mm-hmm. With this machine, we've had the opportunity to be working on it, as I said, for 3 years. And so we've been able to prepare the materials and have everything ready for the customer when we launch this machine. So there's the help center built into the machine. There's an instruction manual included with the machine. There are tutorial videos on YouTube. There's also a workbook that the customers can download, so you can go through that workbook and do activities step by step. And then we've also included a Skill Hub class. So the Skill Hub is our online learning center, mm-hmm. and with that is included with this machine is a beautiful online class full of videos and interactive activities and everything you need. And then, of course, on top of all of that, our dealers provide classes for these machines. So they're going to make sure that those dealers have come here to BERNINA University to learn the machine. They're now confident in it, and they can go back and teach you how to use it.
And Michaelynn Rose, Vice President of Marketing for BERNINA of America, and her marketing team crafted an incredible launch campaign that BERNINA leveraged to create excitement and unveil this new creation.
It was quite a program. We really wanted consumers to feel special, to have a high-touch experience. And we wanted to do something that we've never done before. So we decided that if they gave a $1,000 deposit, that we would give them a charter VIP membership to the B990. And that included a guaranteed number in line, which is huge for us. So that means that they will get their machine before anyone else's machines even leave Switzerland. And that's brand new for us. And then in addition to that, once they got their deposit in, our owner and chairman, Mr. Peter Ueltschi, did a recorded call to everyone to thank them. And during the time between our launch, which was on May 10th, to BU, we had all kinds of teaser messages and behind the scenes and photos and different things of unique content for these customers. Mm-hmm. And now the BU is here. They are getting their own special review of the machine with Christy Burcham, our VP of Education. She's doing a piece of very unique content just for them. And they will also be allowed to see the reveal that was on stage, which we don't share that outside of our dealers. So this is another big first for us, where they get exclusive access. And it won't stop. It will go on for a year after this. They have a special Facebook group page. They got this beautiful thank you box that had amazing things in it, one of which was this gorgeous piece of jewelry, a hibiscus pin, and then other goodies in there that would go along with their machine. So it's been nice.
So there were some incredible exclusive perks for people wanting to be in line for this amazing machine.
Yeah. It's really, it was overwhelming, the response. We got so many people took the leap, and it exceeded all of our expectations, honestly. So much so that I barely had enough boxes. So it was great.
Nice problem to have.
It is. And it is truly, the 35 years of my career, kind of everything I've learned kind of went into this one program. And I know our dealers appreciated it. I mean, everything was tied to the dealer. The dealer's information is on everything. And now, as these machines are going to start going out in around the 15th of July, the consumers will be notified that their machine's on its way to its dealer and things like that. So everybody's very excited. We have people posting online their number in line. I had one lady bought special purple jewelry to wear to go pick up her machine. It was absolutely beautiful jewelry. So everybody's celebrating in their own way. It's been really wonderful.
The teamwork and collaboration from multiple disciplines was notable and remains strong for the entirety of the B990's development. Hans-Peter Ueltschi, owner and chairman, shared his thoughts and feelings about this enormous project and the team that made it happen. So the B990 is what you're talking about, a state-of-the-art, first-class machine.
The magic.
The magic. Talk to us about this machine and what it means to you to see your company bringing this to the marketplace.
Well, at the beginning of this show, I mentioned that it was a marathon. The 880 or the 830 has been now on the market for about 14, 16 years. And all the dealers, especially the American dealers, said, when are you coming out with the top of the line? So finally we did, and I'm very proud that now, I think for a long time, we are the #1 machine on the top, because sometimes, BERNINA is always known for quality, but maybe less for features. And now I think we made everything possible, have features, quality, design. I love design, so I think that's one of the major features to me. It's the nice design, and it's very intuitive.
So you've been working on this for 8 years. You had Steckborn. They were watching on video.
Yes.
You had 1,200 dealers in the room. You had the whole BERNINA family, your team that worked on this, and you got to get up and address everybody. What was that moment like for you?
Well, I'm always getting emotional. Sometimes I had tears, and especially when I mentioned my grandfather, when he told me many times, you don't have to be always the first, but you have to be a better second one. So then, no, it's, yeah, I'm not very good when, when it becomes very personal.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably could not make a speech at the funeral.
Sure.
I was asked a few times, but I said, no, I can't do that. So no, but it's, it went into my body, and, I was very proud, not for myself, but for the team.
While the B990 was being developed, other things at BERNINA were in the works as well. Their Burnett line was quickly preparing to come to market with a brand new straight stitch machine, the B08. And who better to introduce this new machine than Toni Smith or Quiltoni, world-renowned speed sewist. We got to spend some time with her to learn about the new machine and about Toni as well.
So I'm here to help launch the brand new Burnett machine, the B08. It is an amazing high-speed straight stitch machine, and it's not like any high-speed straight stitch you have seen before.
How's it different?
It is amazing. So the base machine is a lot of the same thing. It's a lot of, a high-speed straight stitch machine is a high-speed straight stitch machine. The difference is the package that it comes with. So it comes with your BERNINA Burnett support. It comes with the extended table so that if you're doing larger projects, it's easier to sew them. It also comes with your choice of feet set. So we have one feet set that is the quilters. So you've got your 1/4-inch piecing foot. You've got a whole bunch of amazing feet for that. But we have a crafting sets. So we have one for your DIYers that includes a leather foot, a foot for taffeta. I don't even remember what that one's called because I don't sew that stuff. There's so many fancy feet with that thing, and it's amazing, and I love it.
You certainly know your Bernette machines. We want to know more about you. You are here to do a special speed quilting session. You do this on a regular basis for charity. It's fascinating what you do. Tell us more about that.
So I have major ADHD. Major ADHD, and I am almost 50, so I am of the age range where there was no medication. So I've learned through the years how, with coping mechanisms and things like that. However, I have a very short attention span. So whenever I sew, I like to get things done fast. So I've learned how to sew very quickly, and just get things done. And so what that has turned into is a really cool event that started whenever the shutdown happened, because I needed something to do for charity. And whenever the shutdown happened, I thought of, well, I'm fast. Why don't people try to race me and see if they can beat me making a quilt? So it created this whole charity event, and we raise money for St. Jude, we raise money for Starlight, all sorts of different charities. And it's people pay an entry fee to the charity. It's on Zoom, so it's anywhere in the world. And the winner, not only do you get bragging rights of beating me, but you get amazing prizes from companies like Oliso and A&E Guterman and other companies. But the best part about it is we stream it live, and you can slow me down by donating to charity. So you can actually make me do things like wear oven mitts. Take the pedal, put it under my chin, and have me sew with that. No sewing machine, no iron. There's one that I have to, for $100, I have to stop what I'm doing for 5 minutes, find an animal, and pet the animal, and stare forlornly into the camera.
You're known for your pixel quilts. Tell us about those.
So, like I said, I'm all about speed. I'm all about efficiency whenever you're quilting and sewing. So the pixel quilts are efficient so that anyone can create them in a record period of time. So, and it's because it's meant for new sewers, ADHDers like me, cosplayers, kids that maybe they're interested in quilting. Let's get them into get them into quilting, starting this pattern, and they can get it done quickly, and they can see that finished product. Because how many times do we start something and then it becomes a UFO? Because we are just tired of it because it just takes way too long. So that's what the pattern line kept in mind, is we want finished quilts.
Now you are wearing this amazing racing suit, and there's a cool story behind this. Tell us about this.
So this is my dream machine, by the way. The B990 is the machine I have always wanted, and the accessories I have always wanted. So whenever we were chatting about launching this machine, and I kept talking about speed and fast, all of a sudden I went, hold on. It's so fast. This is speed. I need to have a racing suit. So I found a cosplayer in Belgium that makes racing suits for their cosplay living. And we just created this with Bernette and with all of the stuff on here. Oh, did you see my flags? Did you notice the flags on here?
No. Oh, look at those.
So with Formula One, you have racing flags, and that's supposed to be the racing flags of the country that the racer is from. And it's also the sponsors sometimes will put their flags on there. So on the left, because Bernina is a US company, Bernette is a Swiss company, and I live in Canada. So Canada's then on the other arm. And of course I'm a dual, I'm a US Canadian citizen, so I have to, US and Canada has to represent. So it's my favorite, I love it.
And I think you mentioned in the opening ceremonies that you could set you on fire and you'd be fine.
It is a true to life Formula One racing suit. You could set me on fire, and the only thing that would burn would be my hands, my feet, and my face. It's because it is actual lined freaking, yeah, this is a fire suit. But it's not true to form because it has pockets. There's pockets in it. So it's the cosplay version with pockets.
Joining BU for her second year was BERNINA Product Manager Carolyn Kinder, who was integral in the launch of the B08.
It's my second BU and it's still overwhelming. It's so exciting to be here again and that I got the opportunity to come back to the BU here in Detroit. And we have an exciting launch of our new machine, the B08 straight stitch machine, and the reactions are great. It's overwhelming for me. I knew there might be an excitement about a straight stitch machine, but this is by far a larger excitement I could ever dream of.
Tell us about the machine.
The machine is great. I mean, first you could think it's just a straight stitch machine, but it's by far more. It's so versatile. I mean, it has a speed of 1,600 stitches per minute, which is one of the fastest domestic sewing machines on the market. And it has the power. It has a powerful DC motor and a rotary hook, so you can really go through very, very thick material, like leather, for example, and you can also go through multiple layers, and it goes through it like butter. It's really amazing if you go there. And there are so many other features. I don't know where to start or where to stop. It has an automatic thread cutter, and we also have an independent bobbin winder. We have an extra large bobbin. So we just want to make it a whole experience for all our customers, for the quilters, as well as for the makers, and for those that need a very sturdy machine. So this is a really versatile machine. For us, it's important that we create smiles. Sewing should be fun. It should be also relaxing. And we should have, we should create the whole experience for our end customer, that they feel comfortable with BERNINA and their machine. So this is what we want to achieve with, for example, the user-friendliness of our machines. And we want to offer a lot of education for our customers as well. So what we offer on our homepage, this is the first step for them to get into the machine. And then, of course, we are happy to have this large dealer network as well. And for them, we also offer a lot of education and also the second-level support. And this, in total, makes a great experience for our end customer, that they can relax while they are sewing and find actually this mindful activity and create smiles.
In addition to the BERNINA line being front and center, other BERNINA sister companies were in attendance as well to display their new offerings to the dealers. We checked in with Kristen Wermers, Vice President at iron system company Laurastar, Jeremy Jeffries from fabric company Benertex, and quilting sewing supply company Brewer's President Steve Jeffrey.
So BU has been so exciting. We have had so many repeat dealers coming back and seeing us and learning about what's new. So what is new is the new S Pure Extra. It's a full system. It's a really nice approachable price point. It's an entry level into a full system, which means there is a fan in the board, and then you get that great dry microfine steam from the iron. So we've had a lot of people coming back really wanting to learn more about how to sell the Laurastar to their customers, and also how their customers can then also take that information and use it at home too.
Well, first of all, there is a sewing machine over there that can almost make coffee for you in the morning, and I think that's got the whole world excited. And the excitement building up to the release of the reveal of the machine is pretty incredible. And the other nice thing about being part of the BERNINA family, of course, is many of the Benertex fabric designers are also ambassadors, and they are experts on various machine levels, whether it's the 3, 4, 5, 7, and now the 9 series machines. So we have cross-merchandising opportunities for all of the BERNINA dealers, in that an Amanda Murphy or a Cherry Guidry or a Krista Watson fabric, and some of our newer designers like Sugary Doo from Holland, and other designers from around the world are also being adopted and brought into the BERNINA family as ambassadors or as experts. And with their fabrics, they are also getting some crossover, like Shannon Roberts, for instance, who is one of OESD's big downloaders, and she has 2 fabric lines out with Benertex. So there's lots of ways for the dealers' customers, who all may be making a similar project in a class, for them to further personalize, both with the accessories and things that the machines can do, and the embroidery programs matched up with the Benertex fabrics, and it enables every customer to walk away with a unique project that means something very special to them, that they can either use themselves, they can gift or donate. We reprint fabrics So when a store has a really good class and more people want to sign up for that same class, our competitors are one and done. They typically don't reprint, which means there's no additional fabric, and in many cases, if somebody makes a mistake, they're unable to complete their project because there's no more of the focus fabric. Well, Benertex, we reprint. We had a line some years ago called Catitude, which many dealers will remember. It also had some great OESD embroidery programs, which are still available. And that line reprinted 29 times over 2.5 years.
Well, that's it, the whole thing. We have so many new products here today. If you look at our booth back there, we have probably 12 or 15 new products that we're launching here at the show. They're exclusive for brewer to show to all the Bernina dealers. So we're really trying to make brewers where it's at in everything we do. So it's been a fun show.
Of course, as always, we checked in with BERNINA of America President Paul Ashworth on his impressions of the event.
It's been going exhaustingly. So much energy, so much fun. I mean, I couldn't ask for one. Firstly, a better effort by our team to pull this together, but obviously the interaction with the dealers, they're loving it. The new machine, it's everyone's feeding each other with high energy.
The new machine, the new B990, talk to us about that.
Well, the new B990, 15 years in the making. I mean, I remember seeing prototypes probably 5 or 6 years ago. Obviously, it's the ultimate BERNINA. It's got everything anyone could want, and it took us a little while to get here, but like always, we might not be the first there, but when we get there, we do it the best, and I think it's going to be an absolutely perfect machine for any ultimate sewist, quilter, or embroiderer.
At each BU, we get the opportunity to catch up with previous so-and-so guests as they are here in person. This year, we had abundant opportunities to speak with several of them. Enjoying his very first BU was acclaimed sewist Julian Collins.
So really, this season has been all about frocktails. So frocktails are these events that happen worldwide that are basically what I like to call adult crafty proms, where people are coming together all around the sewing community. We make our outfits, we enjoy each other, and it's a great way to build community with people that you see online when sewing is usually such an insular project. And it has really been a great experience. I've gone to Atlanta, I've gone to Chicago. There's one in Baltimore about to happen, then New York is happening in the fall.
This is awesome. How can people find out more about this and be a part of it?
Absolutely. So you can definitely check on social media. There is a page called All About Frocktails, which has a listing of all of the different frocktails worldwide. And also just check hashtags. You can type in Frocktails 2024 with the hashtag sign in front of it and find out all the information there.
We also found Leanne Presley and Sue O'Very to learn what they've been up to.
You were one of the people in our first season of So-and-So. We're now in season 4, so it's been a few years. We wanted to catch up with you and see what you've been up to.
Gosh, has it been a few years? Where does the time go? We are just same as far as having an agency that specializes in craft companies. As you know, Meg, we service mostly companies in the soft crafts, so fiber and fabric. In the few years since you and I chatted on the podcast, we've built our BERNINA retailer support quite a bit. We work really closely with BERNINA, working with their marketing hub, for example, and helping retailers really utilize a lot of the marketing content that BERNINA spends so much time producing. You know, they have fantastic photos, fantastic videos, great content, and sometimes retailers really struggle to get that out in the world. So working with an agency like Stitchcraft Marketing can really help them to do that. So that's really what we've been focused on.
There's a lot of excitement here over the new B990. What do you think about it?
Oh my gosh, I was delighted, surprised. I can't wait for everybody to know more about it. In fact, my sister is a huge BERNINA consumer, and I immediately showed her. I said, "Here she is." And my sister was just screaming wild, "Oh my gosh, look at that screen, look at that throw plate." It was just, everybody's going to love it. So I can't wait to see everybody's reactions when it really gets out there. So.
Oh boy, since then I have finished my new book, The Pocket Guide to Serger. I have developed 2 new boxes of serger thread, and I'm really excited. They were with Wonderfill. Let's see, I've designed a bunch of new patterns. and I've got a little bundle of fabric with the Benertex folks. So lots of new things.
And that's been just, what, 6-7 months?
Exactly. I did my mid-year review and I was like, you know what? I did do a lot this 6 months. Yep.
Pam Mahshie and Gail Yellen, who recently starred in the BERNINA Joy of Surging series, have each been hard at work since we checked in with them last.
Well, there's been a lot of different things we've been doing. We've done several different shows. We've done the Joy of Surging, which is really a great program for people to, just find out a little bit more about surging, not actual hands-on, but just listen to what people do with their sergers so that they can be more invigorated with the items that they are wanting to do or use, or not even sure how to use a serger. We've also done a program with Quilt Street or Hoffman Media, and there's free projects that people can download. And our Quilters Edition Serger has really been the catalyst for all of these different quilting shows that we're doing. And people that are quilters tend to shy away from sergers. So this has been a really great opportunity for us to open their mind and give them permission, I always say, to use sergers in a way that they may not have been comfortable with or familiar with. And through that bloom and grow pattern that comes with the machine, they are able to work through the different segments of the quilt. And there's a video series that walks them through, because sewers are generally more visual learners. And Amanda Murphy designed that pattern for us. So she's been bitten by the serger bug also.
And she was one of your guests on The Joy of Surging.
Yes, she was. She was our very first guest, and we released that in March, I think it was, for Quilting Month.
So I have been working on some new serger patterns, kind of working and fine-tuning some new decorative stitches, and I've been doing a bunch of events around the country. So my next stop after this, which is really exciting, and seeing the new B990, phenomenal machine, which I could see doing an embroidery and then some cover stitching and decorative stitching around it. But my next stop, I think, is Waukesha, Wisconsin, which I've never been to. So yeah, we're doing a big event up there for so much more.
Quilt and fabric designer Amanda Murphy, who has been a part of the So-and-So family since she was a guest on our second episode, has been doing a lot in the past several months.
Oh gosh, well, I got Fabric Monday. So there was a lot of sewing this week, but I didn't finish everything. There's a new fabric line called Cityscape coming out in December. And there's patterns for Cityscape. There's a new serger pattern for the belt loop binder that goes with Cityscape that's also coming out in December. We have new quilting templates. They will be out in August, September-ish. And then we have a bunch of new serger patterns. They're actually shipping in August. And the new 42 new colors of cotton shot also they're already shipping. So all of that side of the booth, that all is shipping now. I have new thread coming out with OESD. I have 31 new edge-to-edge designs coming out with OESD. I have circle and ring designs also with OESD. I have water bottles coming out with Brewer. I have mugs coming out with Brewer. I have marking tools coming out with Brewer. So lots of things.
You've been busy. We're actually standing in the middle of your booth here at BERNINA University, and it's amazing what we're surrounded by here. There's a lot of excitement here, a lot of new products from BERNINA. What's the vibe?
Oh my goodness. These dealers have been waiting for this for a long time, this 990. And I have my adult son with me, right? And he was watching. He's like, wow. He's like, it did the opening ceremony, and the dealers are going crazy, right? And he said, wow, this is like amazing. They're like this excited. I'm like, yes, this sewing machine is that exciting. Like, these people live in my world, right? We are very excited about all the new technology. In fact, like this fabric line, Cityscape, I designed to go with the new technology. So it works on the long arm, but it also works with the new scanner. And it's so fun to play with everything the engineers provide us with. I just can't wait.
And finally, Joe Vecchiarelli got us caught up on his work with Dancing with the Stars, Disney, and Dolly Parton.
It's great to be here in Detroit, Michigan at BU. Lots of people, lots of new stuff with BERNINA. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to learn all the different items and everything that BU's bringing to the public and to the community. It's just fabulous to be. I'm so excited. It's great. Great classes, sold out classes. Just had 2 classes today, standing room only. It was amazing. And we're introducing our dress forms and all our good stuff that we're doing with all the TV shows I'm working on and all the different celebrities I'm working on.
Let's talk about those TV shows. You did OMG Fashion. Your body forms were front and center on there. You've been working with Dolly Parton. You've been busy. What have you been doing?
Oh, that's great. Yes, we did the OMG Fashion Show, which is live on TV right now as we speak. And that was with, I guess it was an NBC show, but it was on it was on a cable channel. But it was phenomenal. It was one of the most successful fashion programs out there. And yeah, we were part of that, as you know, along with BERNINA. I got BERNINA along with me, and it turned out really, really well. I'm also, again, I'm working with Dolly Parton Productions, which is so exciting. I'm right now, we're recreating Dolly in a lot of different ways. As you know, Dolly Parton's building a new hotel in Nashville, and so we're lining the hotel with all the Dolly costumes, and so we're doing all the creative production for the Dolly forms for that, and we're creating all her mosaic images of a mannequin couture. We're going to do that, so there'll be a photograph when you get off the elevator of her garment, and then that'll be on our production of her costume at the same time, which we're really excited about. So we're doing that, and there's a lot more things going on. I can't say everything, but there is a lot more happening as we speak. And I'm also working with Walt Disney. I'm really working with Walt Disney, and that's really exciting as well. So we're excited about working with Walt Disney. Got a lot of great things happening with the mouse. So I encourage everybody to, a lot of my work will be at Dollywood. Everybody should be going to Dollywood. Hello, everybody. The butterfly at Dollywood. Yes, yay. I would encourage everybody to go to Dollywood down in the state of Tennessee. We're in the Smoky Mountains. That's going to be great. You'll get to see a lot of good stuff that I'm working on there. Futuristic stuff coming up there, maybe. So we're really excited about that. It's the stuff that's going to blow people away. Going into Nashville, staying at the Dollywood Hotel, which is not even open yet. It's under construction. It's going to be great. So I'm excited for people to go to see that. And then Disney, we're undergoing a big expansion at Walt Disney, Disneyland. They're just now going to create a new land, and I'm involved in that as well.
So the show progressed through 4 days packed with displays, classes, seminars, and opportunities to connect with other dealers and folks from BERNINA. One of these people from BERNINA was Rebecca Hood, Vice President of Sales for BERNINA of America. Attending only her second BU, Rebecca recounted her first year and her feelings about the energy at this year's BU.
It was like part little kids who were just fixing to be let in on a secret, and the anticipation build-up that everyone felt was tantalizing, really. I think when even my husband, who's visiting this week, was grabbing a bite to eat, and the dealers around him were talking about their plans, and they hadn't even seen the machine yet, but they were as if they had and knew everything about it because they were counting on it, and they weren't disappointed today.
There was quite a campaign out there about this machine before people even knew what it was, and now they know. What reaction have you gotten from the dealers on the new B990?
It's been like the oohs and ahs amazement, but then it goes straight to the features that they can't wait to try out, you know? And they're wondering, how am I going to act like I can go back to my previous machine once I've seen this one? And they're going to get spoiled with this one, and the other ones don't quite do this the same, and I don't know what I think. I think when you think about what motivates people to sew, do you need something as whiz-bang as basically a computer sitting in front of you to enjoy sewing? Absolutely not. Sewing is simple at the heart of it. But when a machine allows you to aspire and dream to do more. You just see this creative mountain top that's now yours. And you get, what the beauty of the BERNINA machines is you get to grow into it. And you find that what you wouldn't have thought that you needed, that now you can do so much more, and it teaches you along the way as well. So it becomes your champion in a way of your creative pursuits, and I think at the heartbeat of it all, that's what people are going to end up enjoying the most. And I think when we as a company can tap into that on every angle, then that's a deep-seated motivation that, you don't want to let down.
We got to meet incoming Vice President of Marketing for BERNINA International, Daniela Thrier. She was attending her very first BU. Having the unique opportunity to just take it all in, she was deeply impressed by the friendships she saw and positive vibes she experienced throughout the whole event.
Well, I used to work in marketing sector for about 15 years now, but I always wanted to work in this industry because I am a sewist myself, so BERNINA was always a love brand for me.
Who taught you how to sew?
Well, I learned it with YouTube, to be honest, yeah. So, I tried some easy patterns, so yeah, but then I looked on YouTube and got it all by myself, I would say.
So now you're with BERNINA, you work with the Ueltschi family, you work with some incredible creators and sewists. What was it that, besides being a sewist yourself, that really you set your sights on being a part of BERNINA?
I think the opportunities in this industry, because all the vendors, all the dealers, and the customer themselves, I mean, it's such a lovely thing to do, and it's something that has a lot of emotion in it, I would say, and you can also create things you never thought you could, and this is so amazing to see.
What are your impressions of your first BERNINA University? And you're here as an observer, so you just get to soak it all in.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy. It's so nice to talk to all these lovely people here and see this absolutely new product, the top-of-the-line product, which is so impressive to me. And yeah, I could even get another or a better first impression, I guess.
And speaking of good vibes and the excitement in the air, we talked with some of the dealers to get their first impressions of the new machine. The consensus? Well, the B990 is a game changer. Dealers were not just impressed with the machine's advanced features, but also with the potential it holds for the future of their businesses and the broader sewing community.
So the camera, fantastic. It's really just amazing, the placement. You know, you're visually seeing everything, colors right on the screen. I love that the decorative stitches are on the embroidery side as well, so that shape designer, it's just fantastic for quilting in the hoop. I love it.
You can't see me vibrating. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have loved BERNINA sewing machines for ages. Now I feel like there isn't anything you couldn't do with these machines. They have an incredible group of features that I think are going to get our new owners so excited. The jumbo stitch, don't you think?
It's poetry. It's sheer poetry. It's beautiful. And I can't wait to get mine. And so I'm looking forward to our customers getting theirs too.
So you said you can't wait to get yours. How is this going to change what you do going forward as a sewist?
I'm going to say what machine when I look at any other machine now. But this machine is just beautiful machine. The stitches are beautiful and it is sleek and it's a big machine, but it also doesn't feel like a ginormous tank. It's so sleek and it's just beautiful.
It sews with just flawless beauty. And one of the things I think we're going to see people get so excited about is it's much more user-friendly than any previous BERNINA. And I've always thought they were pretty user-friendly, but there's words with all the icons so you know what's going on, the instruction manual, the new videos. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to show it off to my customers. And I'm going to have one too. I'm so excited.
This is the best machine I've ever seen. Bar none. Bar none.
What about you?
Smooth, very quiet, and I mean, it's a beautiful machine. Powerful software, The processor is amazing.
Any special features that stood out to you?
Flexibility, really.
For me, everything has words. I know exactly where I'm going, and that makes a huge difference.
And I have to tell you, BU this year was out of the park, amazing. The presentations are outstanding, but that new 990 has knocked it out of the park, amazing.
Awesome. What did you think of it?
I absolutely love the 735 red. I'm Kate England, and I also love that 990. So I could take them both home with me if they'd let me.
This was my first one, and it was fabulous. I learned so much today and this whole week. It's been absolutely the best time ever.
We can't wait for next year.
What did
find out where it's going to be next year?
What do you think of the new machine?
Oh God, I love that machine. It is just fabulous. It does far more than I ever imagined it would do. Now I have to convince my husband.
As is tradition at every BERNINA University, the very last event at the show is a grand celebration of the preceding days and the announcement of the location of next year's BU. Before the night's activities kicked off, we checked in with Philipp Ueltschi to get his feelings about this year's BU.
Yeah, very exciting times. We have been working very long and very hard on this launch, and it's so great to see the feedback from dealers, but also already on the internet, the feedback from consumers. So yeah, it makes me very proud and happy to see so many smiling faces and people being excited and giving also the dealers a great machine so that they are successful in the stores.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for staying for the party. It's been a phenomenal week. And it couldn't be a great week, firstly, without all you being here. So I want to thank you for your attendance. I want to thank the international folks that came here. I absolutely want to thank BERNINA International, for without all their effort and work, we wouldn't have such an amazing machine. I'd love to thank the vendors who are in the vendor mall, our sister companies, and of course, the BOA staff. I love you all. It's probably been one of the most seamless BUs. I mean, of course, there's always things in the background, right? But I mean, it's from the opening session to how well Christy orchestrated that, to just the classrooms. I know the amount of preparation that went in from the staff to make everything so wonderful. It's been absolutely a beauty to see. It's hard to believe that we can keep making BUs better, and I think the team has absolutely achieved that. So thank you so much to the BOA team for bringing that to life. And I'm so blessed to have such a team. You know, so many people are telling me, oh my God, what a great BU, you guys, you've done so well. And quite honestly, I do my best to stay out of the way and let the team do what they do so well. Yes, sometimes they might have a query and it's checked, but ultimately, I pretty much show up the day before BU and start thinking about my presentation and what I'm going to say, and pretty much the team has got everything wrapped up. I mean, there's no doubt, you know, it's a passionate team, it's a committed team, and we all work, and I think work damn hard and really enjoy what we do. So, and I think that has absolutely come through. So the BOA staff, thank you so much.
I didn't have to prepare too much tonight for my speech because everything, as Paul said, went so smooth. And it was a gigantic week. It was a magic week. Every day was a big day. And so it comes to an end. As I said, it was really magic. And we got so many compliments for this B990. The greatest machine ever. So I'm telling you, where are we going next year? We're going out west, as you know. And we're going to a place, you saw it tonight, a very, very strong BERNINA area. We go to Salt Lake City.
And the last word? Well, Christy Burcham always seems to come up with the very right words that synthesize BERNINA University.
You know, just a few short years ago, we spent a couple years apart. And so I know it's not lost on any of us how special it is to get to gather together. And there's a real rich history of gathering in our industry. You know, whether it's a quilting bee or a sewing circle or a retreat, we just keep coming together to enjoy each other's company. And this fall, you're going to be gathering a lot of people to come see this new machine. And of course, we want them there to find new homes for BERNINAs and to get some oohs and ahs, but even more so, we just get to enjoy each other's company. So there's this beautiful quote from Alice Waters, and it says, "This is the power of gathering. It inspires us delightfully to be more hopeful, more joyful, more thoughtful, in a word, more alive." So I have certainly felt alive this week. I hope you have too.
As we wrap up this special Inside BU episode from the vibrant heart of Detroit, we can't help but feel inspired by the energy and creativity that defines the BERNINA community. From our interviews with BERNINA dealers and so-and-so guests, to our conversations with the BERNINA team and the exciting introduction of new sewing machines, it's clear that BERNINA University is more than just an event. It's a celebration of innovation, passion, and dedication. We've heard amazing stories of creativity and perseverance. We've shared, laughed, and even shed a few tears as we connected with the incredible individuals who make BERNINA the leader in sewing excellence. It's moments like these that remind us of the powerful bond we share and the collective drive that propels us forward. It's what inspires us, what excites us, and what connects us to this community. Thank you for joining us for this very special episode of So-and-So. Be sure to subscribe to, review, and rate this podcast on your favorite platform, and visit our website, soandsopodcast.com, for more information about today's and all of our guests. That's SEWANDSO podcast.com. Our thanks to all who gave us their time to make this episode possible, and I especially want to thank BERNINA for making this program possible. I'm Meg Goodman, and I look forward to you joining us next time on So-and-So.